Ever feel like life's problems are piling up faster than you can solve them? Don't worry. Today we're diving into 15 practical strategies that will make tackling challenges a whole lot easier. Whether it's a work project, a relationship hiccup, or just the daily ups and downs, these tips will have you solving problems like a pro. Let's face it, life is full of problems. But here's the thing, problem solving isn't just about having all the answers at your fingertips. It's about developing a set of tools that help you get there. Imagine you're building a toolkit, not of hammers and screwdrivers, but of techniques and mindsets that can help you tackle almost any challenge. Today, we're exploring these techniques step by step so you can go from being stressed out to being in control. Ready? Let's jump in. Every great problem solver knows that the first step is understanding the problem itself. Sounds obvious, right? But you'd be surprised how many people jump straight to solutions without really defining what they're dealing with. Imagine you're trying to fix a leaky faucet. If you don't know which part is causing the leak, you could waste time, effort, and even money on parts that don't need fixing. Start by taking a moment to think about the core issue. Ask yourself, what exactly am I trying to solve here? The key is to dig a little deeper until you find the true root of the issue. Is it a money problem, a time issue, or maybe even a communication breakdown? For example, instead of saying, I need to save more money, define the problem more clearly, I want to save $500 each month by cutting out unnecessary expenses. Once you've identified the main issue, write it down in 1 or 2 sentences. Clarity is everything. When you're specific about the problem, it's easier to find targeted, effective solutions. Now that you've defined the problem, it's time to gather information. Think of this as your detective phase. Imagine you're Sherlock Holmes, piecing together clues to solve a mystery. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to find a solution that actually works. Start by asking yourself, what do I already know about this problem? List out any details you have. For example, if you're struggling with productivity at work, maybe you already know which tasks are slowing you down. Once you have your baseline information, start filling in the gaps. Research online, ask people who've dealt with similar issues, and don't be afraid to look at a few different sources. Sometimes, just asking a friend or mentor can give you a perspective you hadn't considered. Remember, information is power. The broader your understanding of the problem, the better your chances of finding a solution that covers all the bases. When tackling any problem, it's tempting to rely on your own perspective. But imagine trying to solve a Rubik's Cube by looking at just one side. You'd miss so much, right? That's why considering other viewpoints can be such a game changer. It's like zooming out to see the full picture. Start by asking, what would someone else think about this problem? Imagine different scenarios or ask people with a variety of experiences for their take. Let's say you're dealing with a disagreement between 2 friends. Try seeing the situation from each of their perspectives. What's motivating them? What are their concerns? By stepping into their shoes, you might spot something you missed or find a compromise you hadn't considered. Viewing a problem from multiple angles doesn't just help you understand it better, it can also reveal solutions that work for everyone involved. Brainstorming is one of the best ways to get your creative juices flowing. Think of it as an idea dump. Here's how it works. Once you've clearly defined the problem and gathered some info, sit down with a piece of paper or a whiteboard and let your ideas flow. There are no bad ideas in brainstorming, so let yourself be a bit outrageous. If you're tackling a big project at work, start by listing every possible approach, no matter how unrealistic it seems. Say you're trying to think of a new product idea for your business. Let the silly ideas in. Sometimes they spark something brilliant. Set a timer if you need to, and just start writing down anything that pops into your head. Once you've got a nice list of ideas, take a step back. Some will stand out right away, while others might seem too crazy. That's okay. Your goal here is quantity over quality, and once you have a list, you can start sorting through and refining your ideas. All right, now you have a list of possible solutions, but you can't do everything. So let's start by prioritizing. Look at your options and ask yourself, which of these solutions would have the biggest impact? You want to focus on the solutions that are both feasible and effective. One way to prioritize is to create a simple list of pros and cons for each option. Think about the resources you have, the potential outcomes, and how each choice aligns with your goals. Let's say you're dealing with a productivity issue. You might have 3 potential solutions: delegating some tasks, using a new app, or working extra hours. List out what each option would mean in terms of effort, impact, and benefits. Then, pick the top 1 or 2 that seem most realistic and likely to make a difference. The goal here is to focus your energy on the solutions that are most likely to work. Critical thinking is your best friend in problem solving. It's like a checklist phase where you evaluate the pros, cons, risks, and possible outcomes of each option. This isn't just about weighing the good and bad. It's about anticipating any roadblocks and getting a full picture before making a move. Ask yourself, what could go wrong with this solution? And are there any hidden risks? Let's say you're considering changing jobs because you're unhappy with your current role. Take a moment to think critically. What are the pros of leaving, the cons? Could this decision impact other areas of your life? This kind of thinking prepares you to make decisions that align with your long-term goals. Critical thinking doesn't mean being overly cautious. It just means being thoughtful. It's about reducing surprises and setting yourself up for a successful outcome. Problem solving doesn't have to be a solo act. In fact, bringing in others can be one of the best things you do. Think about it. Every person brings a unique background, knowledge, and perspective. So collaborating with others can lead to ideas and solutions you might never have come up with alone. Start by finding a few people you trust and respect. This could be friends, colleagues, or family members. Explain the problem to them and see what they think. Let's say you're trying to plan a family reunion and you're not sure where to hold it. By asking others, you might get ideas for places you hadn't thought of or ways to save on costs. The beauty of collaboration is that it opens the door to a broader range of ideas. Plus, working together often sparks creativity, so don't hesitate to lean on others for input. Big problems can feel overwhelming. Sometimes they're so big that you don't even know where to start. The trick here is to break down the issue into smaller, more manageable parts. Think of it like chopping up a big task into bite-sized pieces. Start by asking, what's one small step I could take right now? Imagine you're planning a wedding. Instead of thinking about the entire event, start by tackling one piece at a time. Maybe you start by focusing on the venue, then move on to catering, then music, and so on. Breaking it down lets you tackle each part separately, making the entire process feel a lot more doable. When you're able to check off one small task at a time, you'll build momentum and confidence, making it easier to keep going. Experience is a powerful teacher. Think about it. You've probably solved hundreds of problems in your life already, from big ones to small ones. Why not tap into that experience? Sometimes the solution to a current problem lies in something you've already been through. Reflect on similar challenges you've faced in the past. Ask yourself, what worked last time? What didn't? Let's say you've handled a difficult work deadline before. Think about how you managed it. Did you prioritize differently? Did you ask for help? By looking back at your own history, you can find techniques that might work again. Past experiences give you a toolkit of strategies that are already proven to work for you. So don't forget to mine that wisdom when facing new problems. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be to tackle problems. Learning isn't just for students, it's a lifelong process. So one of the best things you can do is make a habit of constantly picking up new knowledge and skills. Maybe you take a course on a skill that could be helpful in the future, like learning how to manage finances or develop leadership skills. Or perhaps you read books, listen to podcasts, or attend workshops. The more you learn, the more equipped you'll be to face challenges head-on. Knowledge is a long-term investment that pays off in every part of life. So keep that student mindset even when you're not in a classroom. Making decisions can be tough, especially when each option has its own advantages and disadvantages. Creating a pro and con list is a classic strategy because it's simple and effective. To make your list, write down each option and list out the positives and negatives of each. Let's say you're deciding between 2 job offers. By listing out the pros and cons of each, you can see how they compare side by side. Is one job closer to home but with lower pay? Is the other more challenging but offers better growth opportunities? Writing it out can make the decision-making process clearer and less overwhelming. The pro and con list helps you look at each option objectively and gives you a clearer sense of what matters most to you. When you're facing a tough problem, it's easy to fall into a cycle of overthinking. Sometimes the best thing you can do is step away for a bit and clear your head. Taking a break doesn't mean you're giving up. It actually helps your mind reset so you can come back to the issue with fresh energy. If you're stuck, try going for a walk, meditating, or even watching a short, funny video to take your mind off things. This can give you a mental reset, and you might find that solutions come to you more easily when you're not actively stressing about the problem. Breaks are a part of the problem-solving process, so give yourself permission to pause. Visualization can be a powerful problem-solving tool. This involves imagining the steps to your solution as clearly as possible. Think about professional athletes. They often visualize their performance before the big game. By picturing success, they prime themselves for it. Try this technique by sitting down, closing your eyes, and visualizing yourself going through each step to solve your problem. Let's say you're preparing for an important presentation. Picture yourself moving confidently through each slide, answering questions, and delivering your points smoothly. This mental rehearsal can reduce anxiety and help you feel more prepared. When you see yourself succeeding in your mind, it becomes easier to make it happen in real life. Sometimes the fear of making a mistake can hold us back from taking action. But here's the truth: no solution is perfect. In fact, many problems don't have a perfect answer. They have a range of workable ones. The key is to take action and adjust as you go. Instead of getting stuck on finding a flawless solution, aim for progress. Ask yourself, what's the best I can do right now? Remember, even if a solution isn't perfect, it can still be good enough to move you forward. Letting go of perfectionism can open the door to quicker, more creative problem solving. Embrace the mindset that done is better than perfect, and you'll free yourself from unnecessary stress. Problem solving isn't just about tactics, it's also about mindset. A positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending they don't exist. It means believing that you're capable of finding a solution. When you approach problems with optimism, you're more likely to be persistent, resilient, and open to creative ideas. Maintaining composure in high-pressure situations is essential for effective problem solving. Introducing techniques such as deep breathing and mindfulness can serve as powerful stress management tools, helping individuals regain focus and clarity. By taking a moment to breathe deeply, we can reduce anxiety and ground ourselves, allowing for clearer thinking amidst chaos. This calm mindset is crucial, as it enables us to assess challenges more rationally and make informed decisions. Encouraging viewers to cultivate this sense of tranquility not only enhances their ability to navigate stressful scenarios, but also empowers them to approach problems with a level-headed perspective, ultimately leading to more effective and successful outcomes. Next time you face a challenge, remind yourself that this is an opportunity to learn and grow. Focus on what you can control and celebrate small victories along the way. Maintaining a positive outlook will give you the confidence to tackle problems head-on. And there you have it. 15 powerful problem-solving techniques that can help you tackle challenges in any area of life. Remember, each of these strategies is a tool. Some will work better for certain problems than others, but together, they form a solid foundation for tackling almost any issue. So the next time you're feeling stuck, revisit these steps and take things one piece at a time. Problem solving is a skill you can always improve. Keep building that toolkit, stay open to new ideas, and above all, believe in your ability to find a way forward.